There's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self, said Ernest Hemingway. Which also makes me wonder, we are all growing in one way or the other. And the fact is, growth is unavoidable, whether you want it or not. And when you grow, you become more mature, more serious. But why am I talking all philosophical here? You might be wondering. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the new Porsche Macan EV, the second of its name, and unlike its predecessor, it's only available as an EV. Now, after spending a couple of days with it, I can tell you that this one, compared to its predecessor, has grown up and it has gotten serious. So in this video, I'll be telling you why I say that the Macan EV in its second generation has gotten a bit serious. You're watching Car and Bike, I'm Bilal, and before we go ahead, do consider subscribing to the Car and Bike YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon as well so that you can be notified every time we bring out a new informative and entertaining video such as this one from the world of cars and bikes. Now, conventionally, when a manufacturer decides to make their car, a normal car, as a pure electric, they usually do that to make their vehicles more environmental friendly. And in doing so, they usually lose out on the driving aspect or driving fun of their original car. They basically become a refrigerator on wheels, a machine with no souls. But Porsche is no ordinary manufacturer, right? They have been building cars with an unmatched driving feel that's been honed on racetracks for over 7.5 decades. So when Porsche decided to take their small, rather good-selling SUV and make it all electric, with a turbo badge at the back, they knew exactly what they were doing. They saw an opportunity and they took it. They took one aspect of electric cars, that one good aspect of electric cars, performance, and they dialed it up to 11. And since I've been driving this Macan EV for 3 days straight, I thought it's a good time to take it out to the mountains and explore more of its sportier side. So when I say that the Macan EV has gotten serious, it's like one of those quiet boys in your classroom that you meet in a reunion after many years, and they are all jacked up with muscles and face beaming with intent and focus. Now the Macan EV makes use of the same electric platform which also underpins the e-tron range from Audi. But unlike these electric Audis, which are fast and friendly, the Macan EV, it has a license to kill. This one, it's a proper Porsche in every way imaginable. Now, Porsche has kept it simple and you get 4 variants or versions of the Macan EV. And even in the most basic single motor setup, you get more than 300 horsepower. Jump up a level and you get dual motor with close to 400 horsepower and get the 4S that gives you 450. But here, the range-topping turbo, here's the real deal. It has close to 630 horsepower. But that's not the party piece here, because when you hear the torque figures, it will blow your mind. Hope you're sitting right now, because the torque figures of the Macan EV Turbo, it's close to 1200 Newton meter. Now the 0 to 100 km per hour time is just 3.3 seconds. That's sports car level quick, don't you think? But more than the figures, it's the way this car catapults itself. It doesn't launch as it just catapults forward. Want to see an example? Well, I'm doing 30 kmph and I'm gonna put my foot down. Well, that was 100 already. This one, it just rewires your brain chemistry of how fast a car can accelerate. You just have to keep up. And also have a good chiropractic number, because you will have a lot of whiplashes along the way. As I said, it's not the numbers that impress, it's the way it delivers power. More importantly, it drives like a proper Porsche is supposed to. The throttle response is not just immediate, it's precise in a way only a driver's car can manage. Now, despite the crazy acceleration with which the Macan EV picks up its skirt and runs, it's doing something it's not supposed to do or designed to do. No matter what speed you're doing, you stomp on your foot, it will accelerate like there's no tomorrow. There's no unnecessary wheel spin, no unnecessary lurches or faltering, just serious precision. Now, it's so serious that this, despite being an EV, it doesn't have an eco mode. It does have an off-road mode, which I'm not gonna try and explore, but it has normal, and the acceleration that I did back there, it was in the normal mode. Then comes the sports and then the sports plus. And in the sports plus, all hell breaks loose. So if you drive this car on a regular basis, it will make every other car feel like a sloth. And trust me when I say this. It's also got that proper old school Porsche steering, the one it's famous for. Although this one is a steer by wire, it's so precise and it's so quick that you would have to rewire your brain to keep up with the steering. But more importantly, the torque steer, it's non-existent. It just holds the line so cleanly and so tightly, you wouldn't expect a car this fast with so much torque to do such precision driving. Now, I have driven this one on a racetrack where I thought it felt like home. Out here in the real world, the ride is too stiff to be comfortable. Every little bump and crease is felt inside. There is an electric lift for the air suspension though, but you still have to be careful over bad speed breakers and some really bad roads. Now, I come back again to tell you why the Macan EV is so serious. This, again, being an EV, it still doesn't have an adjustable regeneration braking. You cannot control the regeneration. There is some regeneration there, it is inherent as it is an EV, but you don't feel it. You lift off the throttle and it will keep on accelerating like a normal petrol car does. Again, as I've been repeatedly telling, this is a serious machine. It's so serious that there's an icon called legal in the touchscreen. The steering wheel has exposed Allen screws, and the logo, it's all black as if it means business. Now, things inside and out are there for a purpose, not just for aesthetics. Those bulges and curves which make it look like it was pumping iron in its spare time are for aerodynamics. Despite being a crossover, it is low slung as if it's been molded in a wind tunnel. It's tighter, lower, wider. There's more Taycan in this shape than the Cayenne, and that's very intentional. More importantly, this Turbo Macan isn't trying to look friendly. It's here to let other EVs know that even if it's electric, it still wears a Porsche crest. And finally, we have reached our destination, and the mountains in the Maharashtra monsoons are looking fabulous. And let me tell you that the Porsche Macan EV, it doesn't feel like an EV. It feels like a proper Porsche, and that's the best compliment I can give it. And since we are approaching the end of this video, where we usually talk about the featured car and who should buy it, well, in this video, let me tell you, as we approach the end of this video, who shouldn't buy the Porsche Macan EV. The Macan EV won't be bought by those who don't value the performance to price ratio. Well, you get a lot of performance in the Macan EV compared to, say, an Italian supercar. They won't buy the Macan EV who don't like precision and quality work from their car. They don't want that exhilarating joy of driving even if it's an electric. Sure, the Macan EV doesn't sound as exotic as an exotic V8, but the acceleration on this, the V8 simply can't keep up anymore. It's not very spacious either, and barely you will get a chance to unleash all those 1200 Nm of twisting force. But that's not its only personality. It's a proper Porsche in a way it drives, and that's reason enough to get yourself one if you can afford one. Where the old Macan was a small, compact, family and commuter-friendly luxury SUV, the new Macan, it proves that it's not exactly a soulless appliance. It's comparable to someone who is, say, a gym freak, a sneakerhead who eats healthy, can play a guitar and run a marathon while also running a billion-dollar company. Well, that's a Porsche Macan EV for you. And that's all from me in this video. This is Bilal signing off. Until next time.